Happy New Year! I hope you enjoyed the introduction and understood this video and this devotional. Since I do have these first few devotionals done from when I was just going to make this a journal, I'll be reading. So, for the next few weeks, you'll see me kind of reading notes that I already have. In the future, I imagine that those will be just conversation. We'll see how that goes. Also, for these first few videos with me in the same place and wearing the same shirt, it's since I already have them done to get caught up, so you'll see different things daily moving forward. So we'll see how this works and hope you enjoy. It's Friday, January 1st, 2021. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. It's Romans 15:13. Just as an aside, I think for the future I'll tell you the verse and get the Bible so that you can find it with me. Already learning. So here's what I wrote about that verse. Happy New Year. We explain this greeting, often surrounded by loved ones, every year at the stroke of midnight. Perhaps the felicity of this moment, warm greetings while people are often enjoying time away from work or school to visit and relax over the holidays, is why I associate the new year with happiness and excitement. In addition to the wish for happiness we give each other this time of year, I also associate the new year with the time of reflection and the potential for change. I personally often reflect on the highs and lows of the previous year and the goals I wanted to accomplish, and whether or not I achieved them. This moment often leads many to make New Year's resolutions, but I've never been much for the resolution tradition. While I like the idea of goal setting and promoting healthiness and improvement, I typically have looked at this particular event with skepticism. It seems to me that many set resolutions out of obligation of tradition where everyone's supposed to make one. People often joke about how resolutions will only be worked on for 2 to 3 weeks and then return to normal, which does not seem to be the point of resolution at all. This year, however, I decided to set a New Year's goal, if not resolution. For 2020, my goal is to be well. By that, I mean I want to do at least one thing every day to nurture myself physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. What led me to make this resolution is the reflection I place on what the happiness or excitement that often surrounds New Year's really should be about. Not a temporary moment of happiness while in the comforts of vacation or good company, but a state of joy that comes from nurturing body, mind, and spirit. During the 2019 Advent season, my church celebrated the 300th anniversary of the song Joy to the World. Each Sunday, we talked about different types of joy, combined with the words associated with the Advent wreath. During the first week, hopeful joy, we were reminded that happiness is often the temporary feeling when things are going well or doing something exciting, while joy is ever present. It's a feeling of hope, peace, and contentment we retain even in difficult times. Joy helps us reflect on the real happiness and goodness of life and gives us optimism and strength to act in difficult circumstances. This is why I selected the Bible verse that I did for today's devotional. It says that God is a God of hope, thus bringing us peace and joy, just like the verse says. I am very hopeful and excited about what this year may bring, and as a whole, but especially about writing these devotionals for you every day. I definitely think it will be a moment to nourish my own mind and spirit, which not only fulfills my resolution, but brings me that perpetual joy and abounding hope by the power of the Holy Spirit Paul writes about in these verses. I don't ask that you create a resolution if you don't want to, but I do ask you to spend some time today thinking about events, actions, and moments that bring you hope and joy, and ask that you consider dedicating some additional time each day to nourish those within yourself for the year.